So I've had thousands of people asking, you know, what my setup is in the back of my ute. So yeah, I'm just gonna please all my 2 subscribers and yeah, make this for you. I've got no idea how to start these. Now this one's gonna be a bit different and probably gonna bore the shit out of a lot of people. It's more for a specific sort of crowd, I suppose. Just wanted to share my setup that I've done in the back of my ute. Because when I first started to look for ideas and stuff of how I wanted to do it, there wasn't a whole lot. I mean, there was a lot on YouTube, but everything I looked up, it mostly consisted of people putting like really expensive stuff in the back. Even though I've got a couple of things that did cost a bit, but for the most part, it's pretty basic and nothing overly flash. Yeah, so I thought I might just share how I've done it, how I started off, and just the process I kind of went through. So I've got the dual battery system there. That's a 130 amp hour AGM, so nothing too fancy. Now that lithium is everywhere now, yeah, just that's still kind of old school, I guess you could say, but that still does its purpose for me. Got the, I think that's a 350 watt inverter, which I almost never use, just there if I need to charge my camera gear. 32 litre angle. Yeah, a couple of XTM drawers, which are, these are actually pretty good. Yeah, they're kind of like modular in the way they bolt together. Oh, you can't see that. My water tank, just a bloody 20 litre jerry can. Shit, you can't see that, it's that dark. But yeah, it's just a 20 litre jerry with some reticulation parts from Bunnings hooked up for a hose. And then, yeah, just for this top floor, I just used a bit of ply with these angle brackets. I kind of winged all this. I'm definitely not a handyman, and I didn't think I'd be, not that this is anything technical, but I didn't think I'd be capable of sort of putting something like this together while keeping it, you know, semi-neat. But yeah, I was pretty happy with how it all come out. So just starting off with the dual battery that I got, it comes as a kit with everything you need to pretty much plug and play yourself. It's like, for anyone that knows that Kick-Ass brand, they got heaps of good shit. It's not one of those, but it's pretty much identical. But this one, it's the battery is a little bit bigger, and it come with a Red Arc DC-DC charger on top, which is a little bit better than the one they have. Not that there's anything wrong with the one they got, but like, you can't go wrong with Red Arc gear. And yeah, speaking of that Kick-Ass brand that I just mentioned, this is the fridge slide I got off those guys. So yeah, works like a charm. So that fridge slide is actually the first thing I ever brought. After buying the ute, I was obsessed with wanting a bloody fridge. Excuse the shittest lighting, but this is a common problem you have with fridge slides, is how do you keep the cable out of the way when you slide the fridge, you know, out and back in. And this is the method I went with. This is, what's it called? Bloody cable carrier or something like that. This one's from ARB, which you definitely don't have to go with. There's probably way cheaper ones. So yeah, it come with, oh, you're not going to be able to see this. I usually hate videos online that don't show good quality stuff, and I'm about to do the same. It come with this bracket here. It's almost, oh, it's hard to describe. It's like an S shape. That part usually was bent up the other way, but I bent it down, and I've used like double-sided adhesive tape with like Velcro, so that can easily get taken off there, but it's real strong. I brought the strongest one you can get. So that's how the top side's done, and then the other end of the cable carrier is attached with the same thing to the slide. But yeah, that's been on there for about, I don't know, 4 years or something now. I've never had a problem. It's never come off or nothing. So yeah, I was pretty rapt how that turned out. Onto the XTM drawers from BCF. I started off with just one originally, and then yeah, not too long after, I thought, just to help keep things more organised, added the second one, which worked out good, having a whole platform at the top too. But yeah, I was actually pretty happy with what I did with this chopping board. Slides back and forth. It can't slide off the side though, because it looks a bit feral underneath, but a couple of bits of angle just to stop it sliding off the side when you're chopping up stuff. And yeah, I just found this magnet you could screw in the cabinet section of Bunnings, and that stops that from sliding back and forth while I'm driving. These are the best things to get. These clear top bags, doesn't matter what brand, I just get the cheap ones. It's just so handy for keeping things like categorized and yeah, all your stuff organized. I've got a bit of OCD with that sort of shit, but it's a big help though. It helps you find things, and like, yeah, rather than just having it, you'd have shit going everywhere otherwise if you didn't have that. If not those, get some sort of dividers or something. Yeah, top's exactly the same. This little table I got from, where is it? Off-Road Down Under. I think it would clip onto most fridge slides, as long as you got your 90-degree upright at the front there, which they all would pretty much. You're probably thinking, oh, Jesus, that's friggin' tiny. But when you're camping, any little bit of space can make a huge difference. It's actually pretty solid. Probably wouldn't go sitting on it. I used to have my small cooker sitting there, and yeah, I just do the rest of the stuff off that little part of the tailgate. That's all you need. I don't even set up a table when I go camping. Like, that's literally all I need. Once again, sorry for the shit lighting. But yeah, so this is where my drawers end. There is longer ones you can get of the same type of drawers from BCF. But yeah, I just went with these shorter ones. I'm not sure how long they are. I think roughly about 900 long. But yeah, and just there's not much in the back there. That's where I keep a couple of treads, which were kindly given to me by a good mate of mine. I've got a compressor over the back there. I've got one of the Bush Ranger ones. A couple of skateboards and cricket set and just stuff for me and my son to do. So this is a 170 watt solar panel, and it's from that kick-ass brand I was talking about earlier, same brand as my fridge slide. And yeah, that keeps me dual battery topped up while I'm at work and things like that. Don't have to worry about it dropping down too much, because my fridge is never off. It's like your house fridge, it's literally never off. It's just running all the time. So yeah, that keeps the battery above 50%. That's the thing with AGMs, you don't want them dropping below 50%. So that makes sure that happens. And yeah, this comes with everything you need. These mounting brackets, so that works, no dramas for these type of roof bars. This would be way easier to mount if you had those like the flat roof racks. But I did have to drill my own little holes. I did have pre-drilled in certain areas, but they weren't going to fit because, you know, obviously I'm limited for only 2 spots. So yeah, yeah, that's been solid as, has not moved. I always check it, you know, once every couple of months and stuff like that, but no, it's been fine. I nearly forgot to talk about this part, and it's one of the biggest things I wanted to bring up, is how do you mount this stuff to the tray of your ute? You can, I guess you could just bolt it straight to the tray. I remember when I first started looking into all this stuff, I thought, oh, shit, I don't want to drill into my tray. And a lot of people talk about, you know, oh, rust and all that sort of stuff. I don't reckon it's a big deal. Just make sure you take the right precautions. Like, if you do drill through your tray, just, yeah, you know, put whatever you need to over the holes and sort of, I don't want to tell people what to use, because honestly I don't reckon I use the right sort of shit. So the way I've got all this mounted, starting off with the false floor there, that's bolted to the ute with only 4 bolts. And I've used these, I'm probably going to say the wrong name, I think they're called nut certs. I'll take a photo of these things and put it up on the screen because it's too dark. It's going to look so shit. I'll try and show you. There's basically 4 points like that. You can see a bolt, if you can see that properly, there's a bolt coming up through the bottom of the tray. And yeah, it's this piece you hammer into the ply, like you drill a hole, then hammer that piece in, which has its own internal thread. And the beauty of that is I didn't need anyone to help me do this. I did it all by myself. Like, so you didn't need someone on top or below and, you know, holding one spanner. I was just able to do it myself. And then I've done the same thing with how the fridge slide and the drawers are attached to the ply, but in reverse. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so anyway, that's my basic setup. And I'm also well aware I can't really call it a basic setup, because a basic setup would be like a esky with ice and just a plastic tub full of stuff. But yeah, in comparison to a lot of stuff you do see on YouTube, like, this is like nothing. I just feel like a lot of people do complicate things a little bit too much. It's definitely not bagging anyone at all. Like, the stuff you can get these days is friggin' awesome. Like, there's such good quality stuff out there. But yeah, I know for a fact that there is people out there who feel like they do need all that sort of stuff, you know, to go traveling and stuff like that, when the truth is you actually don't. You really don't need stuff, or you don't need all this stuff that I've got even. But yeah, the best thing to do is think about what you want, and don't get too caught up in, you know, looking at other people's setups and thinking, oh, that's what you got to have. You just got to think about what you are going to be doing, and how you do things is like completely different to other people too. Like, some people will look at my setup and think, oh, that's shit, that's not going to work for me or whatever, and that's fine, because everyone's different. So it doesn't matter. You just got to think about what you actually like doing. Yeah, like, for example, don't go and buy like a, I don't know, like a rooftop tent if you only go camping like a couple of times a year, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't pretend that we go camping all the time, because we don't actually, even though I love it. I'm more of a day tripper, to be honest. We go on day trips all the time. So, and that's why I wanted a fridge. Of course, you don't need a fridge for day trips. Like, fuck, just stop at a shop and get a drink. But I love it though. Like, it's just really handy. I've always got drinks just stacked in there. Anyway, I'll shut the hell up now. Oh shit. For someone who doesn't really talk that much, I feel like when I record these, I just don't shut up. But yeah, I just wanted to make this one to hopefully give some people some just different ideas, not telling people what to get or anything like that. Just to show what I've got, what works for me, and what works for me won't work for everyone else. So just like I said earlier, rude as fuck. Just think about what you like to do and where you're going to be going and all that sort of stuff, and really just get whatever the hell you want. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Even though I'm not going to force myself to do these, but I'm going to force myself to do one every week.